My name is Mackenzie Meldrum. My student ID is 3254433. This is for my Introduction to Veterinary Technology class, VTHT 1301, and it's the fall semester of 2018. So I'm going to demonstrate how to clip a dog's nails. A few things you'll need to get started are a pair of nail clippers relative to the size of the dog. So we're working on a small dog, so we'll need small nail clippers. And then you also want to get styptic powder or quick stop, and that's a stopping agent, a clotting agent, excuse me, that will stop the bleeding if you cut the nail too short. If you're working at home, it might also be a good idea to have someone restrain the dog, like Linda is here, especially if your dog is not cooperative with getting their nails cut. Linda is holding the dog close to her body, and she's holding the head away from the nails, so I have more room to work. The most important thing to remember when you're cutting a dog's nails is that you want to avoid cutting the quick, which is the blood vessels in the in each nail. So depending on the color nail of the dog that you have, it's a little bit easier or hard to see where the quick is. With dogs with clear nails, you can clearly visualize where the quick is. It's a little pink part, and it's easy to distinguish the white, the clear part of the nail versus the pink part of the quick. Rocky has all black nails, so it's a little bit harder to see since we can't visualize the quick, but you can kind of tell, kind of guesstimate where it is by where the nail starts to hook. Rocky has pretty short nails as it is, so we're only going to be taking a little bit off of it. So Linda is my restrainer, is holding the paw forward that I'm going to be clipping, and in one hand I'm restraining the paw, and in the other hand I am holding the nail clippers. And I'm going to go kind of at an angle, and it's okay if the dog gets a little frustrated. It's sometimes a little hard with that, but I'm just going to take a little bit off at a time. And you can always check to see like how close to the quick you are. These little black dots right here. The little black dot in the center shows how close you are to the quick.
Stay.
And you're okay. And if he moves, it's okay. Just let him get his bearings.
Good job. Stay.
And don't forget the dew claw as well. And if you accidentally quick a nail, which I didn't hear, but just for example's sake, you take your styptic powder and you can take a little bit of it and place the bleeding nail directly into it, and it should stop the bleeding. And once the bleeding is stopped, you can move on to the next nail. So I'm going to demonstrate how to clip a cat's nails. A few things you'll need before you get started are a pair of nail clippers. These are relatively small nail clippers, and they're perfect for a cat's size nail. And you're also going to want to get a styptic powder or quick stop. It's a clotting agent that helps to stop the bleeding if you accidentally cut the nail too short. So I have my cat here, and if you're working at home, sometimes it's a little bit easier if you have someone to help you. If not, if you wrap the cat in a towel, it works just as well. So I'm going to wrap my cat into a towel, make him all bundled up nice so he can't move. And now I'm going to take one of his paws out, the one that I'm going to be working on. And unlike dogs, cats have retractable nails, so when they're not using them, you can't see them. So in order to expose the nail, you're going to take the paw lightly in your hand and gently push down on the nail, the paw to reveal the nails. And as you can see, they hook, and they're the part where they hook and the part where there is the little pink, that's called the quick. And the quick is essentially where the blood vessel and nerves are. So if you accidentally cut the quick, the nail will bleed. So you want to try to avoid that. So now that I have exposed the nail, I'm actually going to switch up because I am a lefty. So we're going to switch paws. All right. And so I have his nails exposed, and with my other hand, I'm going to take my nail clippers and I'm going to just snip off as much as I can without hitting the quick. And most cats aren't very cooperative, so just take your time with it and try your best not to hit the quick. So there you go. One more. All right, and I didn't hit any of the quicks, but if you do, it's okay. You can just take your quick stop, and you're gonna take the nail that's bleeding, and you're going to dip it directly into the quick stop, and it should stop. And then once you're done with that nail and that paw, you can move on to the next one. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how to give a dog a pill. When you go to a vet, sometimes the veterinarian will prescribe an oral medication for you to give to your dog. And most times you can get away with hiding the pill inside of food and giving it to the dog directly. Sometimes that doesn't work. The dog will eat the food and then spit the pill out. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to directly pill the dog. So I have my fake pill. It's a little piece of treat, and I'm going to give it to Rocky here. And you want to take the top of the jaw and open the mouth, and then with your finger, place the pill as far back on the tongue as you can and close the mouth, and then massage the throat to stimulate swallowing. And then usually when they lick their mouths afterwards, it's a good indication that they've swallowed the pill. So I'm going to demonstrate how to pill a cat. When you bring a cat to the vet, your veterinarian will sometimes prescribe an oral medication for you to give to them at home. And unlike dogs, it's sometimes a little bit harder to feed cats the pill by hiding it inside food, because generally they'll just eat around the pill. So it's a little bit easier sometimes to just pill them directly, which is what I'm going to demonstrate. So I have my cat here, and she's not very cooperative when it comes to taking pills. So I'm going to wrap her in a blanket beforehand so she can't move as much. So I'm just going to wrap her. And now she's all snug and wrapped and she can't move. And just as an added protection, I'm going to have my arm wrapped around her and close to me so she can't back up when I'm giving her the medication. So I have my pill in my left hand in between my thumb and forefinger. And with my other hand, I'm going to take the head and lift it towards the ceiling. And with my middle finger, I'm going to open the jaw and place the pill as far back on the tongue as I can. And then I'm going to close the mouth and massage the throat until she swallows. And generally you can tell if they've swallowed the pill by them licking their lips afterwards. So I'm going to demonstrate how to collect urine from a dog. If your dog is having inappropriate or an increase in urination, or if you suspect that they might have a UTI, your veterinary staff is going to want you to collect a urine sample. A few things you'll need before you get started are a small container like this, and you want your dog on a leash so you can follow them. The most important thing to remember when collecting urine is that you want to collect it midstream. And what that means is when your dog goes to urinate, in this case, Lexi, since she's a female dog, she is going to squat when she urinates. So you're going to want to wait about 1 to 2 seconds for her to start urinating before you put the container underneath to collect the urine. This ensures that the urine sample is less likely to have contaminants such as hair, skin, or bacteria from outside the body. So we're gonna just let Lexi walk around and we're gonna collect urine. So I'm going to wait. And with that, I have enough urine for urinalysis, and I'm gonna hand this off to my veterinary staff. So I'm going to demonstrate how to make a gauze muzzle. A gauze muzzle is a good idea to have if you don't have a commercial muzzle at your disposal. So basically I have my dog on the floor and he's sitting nicely, and I have my 2-inch gauze wrap. Oh, stay here, Toby. I have my 2-inch gauze wrap that I'm going to use. And so what you want to do is first you want to make it into a loop and put it around the dog's muzzle, and tight enough so that they can't open their mouth. And then you're going to wrap it around again and around their head and make sure their ears are above it. And then you just want to make a quick and easy quick release knot. And then that should prevent them from opening their mouth while you're examining them. Okay, and then you can release it just as easily if something happens.